All right, we are back at B&E. Let's jump into some running back tiers today, man. I'm super excited for this shit. These guys should be the cream of the crop this year. I think this is one of the deepest running back drafts we've had in a while, and I think they should really dominate the first two rounds, even more so than they normally do. With that being said, let's just go ahead and jump right into it. Brady, go ahead and just run through all your tiers.
For sure. I 100% agree with everything you just said. They are cream of the crop and will continue to be that cream of the crop. They always get picked high and they get picked in high abundance, especially in those first 2 or 3 rounds. Without further, let's hit it. Tier 1, I've got Saquon Barkley. Obviously, quad god. Man's ready to go. Up next, I got Bijan Robinson. You know, it's not Bijan after the video. They showed it the other day, so no more Bijan. He's officially a Bijan.
Bijan sounds cooler.
It does sound cooler, and he sounds like the mustard.
Yeah, Bijan.
Bijan. But anyways, next I've got Jahmyr Gibbs, Derrick Henry, Jonathan Taylor, Josh Jacobs, Christian McCaffrey, and Devon A-Chain. That makes up all of tier 1. Big tier 1. Every single one of these guys that you see here outside of Derrick Henry can catch the heck out of the ball. Expect there to be a lot of PPR value that comes along with those guys in addition to the running. Each of these guys can break one off at any time. I don't even have to get into Derrick Henry. Man's just a repeat beast year after year. Even if he doesn't catch the ball, there's a good chance that he's going to run for 200 yards that game. On to the next. Tier 2, I've got Ashton Janty, Bucky Irving, Kyron Williams, James Cook, Alvin Kamara, Breece Hall, Chase Brown, and Kenneth Walker. High potential RB1s. Most of them can all catch the ball in addition, which is a great feature. We have yet to see Ashton Janty. If the Raiders actually put together what looks good on paper and play it on the field, then maybe he'll actually get some running behind him. So I'll have him up there in my tier 2.
Dude, you're tripping.
Watching Evan over here.
You're tripping, dude. You just put Kenneth Walker in the same tier as Ashton Genty. You're tripping.
Oh, man. Yeah. I have it semi in order. He's at the bottom of my tier, too. He's consistently good.
He's consistently not on the field.
Seattle's hard. Yeah. But when he's on the field, he's hard as fuck. Put him at the end. He's like a Tua of the running back world.
Exactly. That's not tier 2 guy.
He is. He's a tier 2 guy when he's healthy. Tier 3. I've got Joe Mixon, Chuba Hubbard, James Conner, David Montgomery, DeAndre Swift, Aaron Jones, Isaiah Pacheco, Tony Pollard, and O'Marion Hampton, and Brian Robinson is in my tier 3. He snuck himself up in there. That's another man that continues to get disrespected every single year and consistently puts up great numbers. Evan picks him every year late in our draft and manages to get great RB2 numbers, if not RB1 numbers out of him at some point in the year.
He's always a great flex to have.
Yeah, so if you can get him with the value that you can probably get him with, snag him. Don't even think twice. That O'Marion Hampton is for sure to start the year. He can even be a little bit higher as long as Najee's eye is messed up. All of those guys last year outside of O'Marion Hampton really showed that they still have that step. They can still go off. They have that ability to give you solid running back 2 numbers. And if you're not, if you have the luxury of playing them in your flex, go ahead and do it because that's great. Somebody that everybody's going to be sleeping on this year, I feel like, is Pacheco. He was hurt. Everybody's not thinking about him. That's somebody you need to keep an eye on. Why didn't I say Tank Bigsby in here anywhere?
You don't have him at all on your whole list?
Okay, Tank Bigsby, he's in my tier 3.
Really? Oh, okay.
Because he's supposed to be the focal point this year versus ETN. Tier 4, I've got Trevion Henderson, Caleb Johnson, RJ Harvey, Quinshon Judkins, Tyrone Tracy, and Najee Harris. This also includes Javonte Williams. I don't think I said them. Most of these guys are starters for their teams, but they also have some other competition kind of in the way. The guy that I'm really looking forward to seeing in this position step out is Caleb Johnson. I want to see him come out for Pittsburgh. That's historically a very hard rushing offense. They just got rid of Najee and they needed another beater, and Caleb Johnson 1000% fits that. Jaylen Warren can't stay healthy, even though he's a great compliment, but I expect to see a lot out of Caleb Johnson. And this is a guy that could definitely end up being at the top of this list come the end of the year. Tier 5, this is the guys that are on the other side of the ball. Cuffs, those second guys up. This is Ramondre Stevenson, Jaylen Warren, Travis Etienne, Zach Charbonnet. I've got Jordan Mason in here. This is another dude that looks like Dalvin Cook. This is another dude that looks just like, he looks like Alexander Madison too. Historically, these guys that look like that are the RB2 for the Vikings come in and show off when the main guy gets hurt.
And then they get hurt.
Yeah. But
and then the third
those
string
like
guy
2 or
comes in
3
and goes
games
hard.
where
It
they
looks
come
just
in,
like them too.
they're really good. They're hard. They show off. I couldn't tell you how many games Alexander Madison has won me just picking him up off the wire on some crazy stuff or having him stashed on the bench for a crazy moment. These dudes that are built like that and play that backup role perfect, take it. Next up, I've got Cam Scattaboo. I'm really excited about him. I want to see him take over Tracy super fast. And then I've got Rashad White, who we kind of saw get phased out by the Bucky Irving show. Other than that, that pretty much wraps up my tiers of running backs. Those are the guys that you really want to target in your draft. Try to get them high and try to get them fast because they are going to go fast. Let's hear Evan.
I agree with a lot of what you said. Some of it I don't so much. But my tier 1's small. It's Saquon, Bajan, Jahmyr Gibbs, and that's it. The only thing I need to even point out is that I think Jahmyr Gibbs should kind of have his own tier of a personal tier 2 because Saquon and Bajan are hands down the top 2 running backs in this. I don't think Jahmyr Gibbs is in their tier, but just for the sake of the graphic, I'll go ahead and throw him in. Tier 2. At the top of my tier 2, I got Ashton Genty. I just think his upside is through the fucking roof. And then to follow up the tier, I got Derrick Henry, Christian McCaffrey, Devon Achane, Bucky Irving, Josh Jacobs, Jonathan Taylor, Chase Brown, and Kyron Williams. Of those, that's 12 guys I just said. I think that is the clear-cut top 12 RB1s this year. I know some people are trying to make a case for Breece Hall. I disagree completely with that. I think these are the guys. If you're in a 12-man league and everybody were to draft a running back in the first round, I think it would be in some order a combination of these 12 guys. The first 3 guys I said, I labeled them as like just cannot miss first rounders. This tier 2, I just have them listed as massive upside RB1s with potential to be the RB1. I think anybody of them that I just said can do that. Just everything needs to fall their way. And if it happens, you're going to have a league winner on your hands. The only other guy I really wanted to mention too is Chase Brown. He's down the board. I think he's the best value in this tier. He's probably going to be ending up going in the late second, early third round, depending on how many people are in your league. That guy's worth every penny of it. You need to buy stock wherever you can in the Cincinnati offense, and I think he's one of the best values you can do that with. Tier 3, I have these guys labeled as running back 2s that I'd rather have as my flex. This is really the definition of the running back dead zone during the draft. This is the part of the draft where I'm trying to load up on wide receivers or get a quarterback or a tight end or something like that. Here I have Breece Hall, James Conner, James Cook, Alvin Kamara, David Montgomery, Kenneth Walker, Omarion Hampton, Chuba Hubbard, DeAndre Swift, Tony Pollard, Joe Mixon, and Aaron Jones. The only guy that I actually really like in this list is James Conner, because year in and year out, I talk shit on this guy, and he comes in and scores like 10 plus touchdowns and looks good. I know he's going to miss a few games to injury, but where you're getting him at,
He's always big. He's always top 15.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's always a borderline RB1, and he ends up being a mid to high end RB2 pretty much no matter what. So I don't think you can go wrong with him. He's kind of like the slightly worse Mike Evans of the running backs. I really like James Conner. James Cook, I guess I'll mention him too. I have him down in this tier. ADP has him pretty high up the board in basically every platform, which makes sense. But I just think it's massive touchdown regression coming his way. The Bills are not a running back friendly team. They're going to score through the air and through the quarterback's legs. Down to tier 4. I like these guys way better than the guys in tier 3, just at the value you're getting them at. I have them just labeled as sleepers with huge value. These are guys that I'd feel pretty confident in starting as my flex. And they have RB2 potential. Travion Henderson, Caleb Johnson, Isaiah Pacheco, RJ Harvey, Brian Robinson Jr., Najee Harris, Tyrone Tracy Jr., Zach Charbonnet, and Jordan Mason. Travion Henderson, to me, this guy is one of the best value picks in any fantasy draft this season. He should be on everybody's draft board. Everybody should be targeting this guy.
Man's hard as hell.
Yeah, he's so good, and the situation that he's walking into is a better situation than any running back has had in New England in a while. It's a new coaching staff. They handpicked this guy in the draft. Ramondre Stevenson is from old regimes, and he's had fumbling issues. Travion Henderson has 0 career fumbles in college. This guy is the real deal. Target him where you can. Jordan Mason is the only other guy I wanted to mention, really. I think he has huge potential to take over Aaron Jones' spot as the RB1 in Minnesota, and that's going to be another high-powered offense, I believe. He's going to be real cheap. Get him where you can. He'll definitely ride the bench for a little bit, but I think week in and week out, you'll start to see him get more touches. Tier 5, I'm not a real big fan of the value in most of these guys. They all have RB3 potential, but I'm really trying to draft them for the bench. Jaylen Warren, Travis Etienne, Tank Bigsby, Quinshon Judkins, Ramondre Stevenson, Javonte Williams, Cam Scatteraboo, and Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb, right now Joe Mixon's hurt, and Nick Chubb has had a long time to recover. He barely played last season, but he didn't play much.
He had to come back at the end, didn't he?
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, right now, he's basically the RB1 in Houston for at least the first few weeks of the season. So where you're going to be able to draft him at, you can get some production to start the year off. But once Joe Mixon comes back, I really don't know what that's going to look like. I mean, you're not going to get that much value out of him once Joe Mixon's on the field.
Purely touchdown value.
Probably. And, unless you're in a really deep league,
yeah,
he's probably not going to be on your roster come like the 5th, 6th week of the season. Okay, the last tier is tier 6. These are guys that are kind of just handcuffs and sleepers that right now they don't have a clear path, but if they were to get onto the field at some point this season, they could really dominate. I got Jaden Blue, Isaac Garindo, Blake Corum, Braylon Allen, Roshan Johnson, Tyler Algier, Tajay Spears, Rashad White, and Rico Dowdle. Jaden Blue, the Cowboys rookie from Texas, that guy is a fast son of a bitch. The Cowboys are lacking that. They've been lacking that for years. Just a true down the field, explosive playmaker. I know he's coming out of the backfield, but this is the type of the guy that can break off the huge runs or catch a little screen pass out of the backfield and take it to the house. I really can see him working his way into the lineup and taking snaps away from the other guys here. Roshan Johnson as well. The way that the Bears are set up, I think he is in the best position of anybody there to take over the spot. I think by the end of the year, he will be the RB1 in Chicago and have majority of the snaps. So the value you're getting of where he's going real late in the draft, definitely target Roshan. He should definitely produce for you, and he'll be a valuable spot on the bench because we know how the running back position is. You're going to have to plug and play at some point during the year. Yeah, that's pretty much all the guys I ranked.
Alrighty, y'all. That is our running back tier list. We're on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Mike Sartaref. We need y'all. Come give us a good view.
Yeah, leave your opinion down below in the comments on what you think of our tiers. I'd love to argue with you.
Yeah, it's fun. We'll see y'all next time.
Peace.